How y'all doing? Today we're going to be talking about the Ruger LCP. It's an ultra compact handgun released on the market, I believe, of last year. It's fairly new. It's been extremely popular. In fact, for a while it was actually hard to find them. And the price did go up a little bit after they were initially introduced because of the low number on the market. But Ruger has caught up. This is in a 380. It's been popular mostly because of a lot of people getting their concealed carry permits. Very nice handgun. It is very lightweight, and I'll tell you, when you're shooting it, you'll feel it a little bit, especially around here. It's been winter. As you see in the other video I have posted on YouTube, I'm wearing gloves, and being it is so light, the little 380 has a little bit of snap to it, and at times it almost does feel like it's going to slip out of your hands a little bit. This, has been a pretty accurate gun considering how small it is. It's got a very short barrel. It's been pretty accurate. One of the biggest complaints I have about it, and it's actually not just Ruger, a lot of manufacturers are doing this. When I purchased it, it only came with one magazine. I don't like that. Who wants only one magazine with a handgun like this? I guess I failed to see the logic of just giving out one magazine. But like I said, it's not just Ruger; it's a lot of people. So now we're gonna take this little baby apart, take a look at the inner workings here. We're gonna start by popping out the magazine. Make sure there's no round in the chamber. Next move, you're gonna take out this little pin here. That can be done with a screwdriver or anything like that. I kind of like to use tools of hand because when you're out in the field or whatever, and you have a breakdown, who knows what kind of tool you're going to have. However, you're always going to have a magazine. So I'm going to push back just a little bit, put the feed lip right there, stick that in there, pop her out. Comes right out. Let the slide go forward. It's the lower receiver. There we have the slide rail guide and the barrel. It's just a little guy. The springs on here are so small it's almost reminiscent of a Big Pen spring. You'll see the inner workings here. Not a lot to it. Very nice little pistol. We're going to compare it to the old, before this came on the market, the old standby for 380s. What a lot of companies base their 380s off of is the Walther PPK. This is kind of like I believe this came out in, I want to say, the 1930s. I could be wrong, might have been earlier, might have been, pretty sure it's not later because I know they had it in World War II, which was in the 40s. So anyway, around that era, somewhere between 1920 and 1949 it came out. It's very small, also like the Ruger, not quite as small. One issue, it's metal, so it is kind of heavy. It's also very easy to take apart. Pop out the magazine. In fact, this is probably easier than a Ruger. Make sure there's no round in the chamber. Next step, pull that out and push it to the side. I like to use my finger to kind of force it to the side. If you don't, it can very easily snap back in, which is no big deal, but can be a pain when you're trying to take it apart. You pull that out using the decocking lever / safety. Push it to the rear. Lift up. There's that. One of the first things that you notice is that the barrel is part of the lower receiver. They are attached. A lot of people credit this with the handgun's accuracy. Now, the PPK is very accurate. This sucker here also has a pretty stout retort for a little 380. It's a small handgun, and I think the fixed barrel kind of there's when a recoil, you're absorbing all the recoil. I think that has a lot to do with it. Not to do with why you feel the recoil. So slide the spring back on here. Pull the trigger guard out. Fit that in there. And there we go. Sheets back together. For the Ruger LCP, just do the opposite. of how you took it apart. You always want to be careful of the guide rod and spring, because especially with this handgun, it's very small. You know, a lot of pretty much any semi-auto, I mean, it slips, it can shoot across the room, but with this thing here, you might not find it. It's so small. You slide this back on here, push it to the rear just a little bit. There you go. There they are, side by side. And this is the round that they shoot. This here's the 380. This here is a hollow point. As compared to here's the 9mm. A little bit of size difference. A lot of people say the 380s, and they call it a mouse gun. Say it's not enough to carry on you. But I mean, you probably watch a lot of guns. If you're watching this video, you watch gun shows, Guns and Ammo TV or Rifleman TV, whatever. You know, they all kind of feel the same. With today's advanced ammunition, this actually has some pretty good punches. You know, it's not going to put somebody on their butt like a 357 or something like that, or a 44 Magnum. But it's going to perform similar to a 9mm as far as you know, stopping power, stuff like that. It's going to be a decent round. And as they say, a 380 in the pocket carried is better than a 45 at home in the safe. And with the size of this gun, you can carry it pretty much anywhere. This is a tiny little thing. So, if you have any questions or anything, as always, you can post them to the text comments. If not, y'all have a good day, and Semper Fi.